What's going on, guys? In today's video, I want to explain to you how I built up 6 income streams by the time I was 30 years old. Now, I'm a little bit past 30 now, but by the time I hit 30 years old, I'd built up 6 solid income streams that pay me over 6 figures per month. And it's not actually as hard as you think. And what I want to do is take you through the process of when I actually started my first income stream all the way to the last income stream. And I want to explain to you exactly what they are, what they do, and how I do them to make the money. But I also want to talk about some mistakes that I made along the way that are going to save you a lot of money. And I also want to talk about how you should educate yourself to go out and build up multiple streams of income, because there is a very big lack of education, especially in the school system, about finances and how to get yourself to financial freedom, because that is really what a lot of people want to do. They want to get themselves to financial freedom. A lot of people don't want to be rich. They don't want to have a lot of money. They just want to have enough they can pay their bills and have some money on the side without actually working a 9-to-5 job. And I completely get that. And I've done this. I've gone from a 9-to-5 job all the way to having multiple streams of income online. And I want to help you by explaining to you exactly what they are and how I make money from them. Now, some of you OG subscribers will know some of these income streams, but I wanted to do this video for a lot of my new subscribers who don't really understand that you can make good money and you can actually have multiple income streams. So let's get started with these, and I'll give you a bit of a backstory of how I got here. But before we do that, if you're here for the giveaway, I have some information in the pinned comment about that, because I'm not going to be talking about that in this video. I'm going to have the winners below from the last video. And make sure you subscribe, tap that notification bell, and smash that like button so my next video comes out. So let's go over a brief background story so you understand how we got here, or how I got here. I basically went to school, standard school education system. I had a 9-to-5 job and I wanted to earn basically online. So my first kind of thought was with money is I wanted to earn online so I could travel and really do what I want. I didn't necessarily want to get out of a 9-to-5. Like, I could easily work 9-to-5 online. You know, I would have loved that at the time, but I wanted to essentially move from working a job to working online. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that people do when they think about this is they think, oh, I have to quit my 9-to-5 job to do this. I spent a couple of years online in the first phase, which is called educating yourself. So I would read blogs, watch YouTube videos, and I would literally just read. And back then, there was not a lot of information around. Now it's a lot easier, but that's the first stage. I would educate myself. Then I would try different things after work, and then things started to work for me. One of the biggest mistakes people do is people have literally told me they've quit their jobs to start working online. That's the biggest mistake you can do, because who knows, it might not work for you. It doesn't work for everybody. You should always have some income coming in while you try to start some sort of other business or some sort of income stream. That's very important. Now, we're going to talk about a few more mistakes as we go along in this video, but let's actually start to get into these income streams that make me money every single month. But I do want to warn you that just because I'm making 6 figures a month now doesn't mean I'm going to keep making 6 figures a month. Plus, this took a long time to get to this point. I started trying to make money online around about 10 years ago, 9 years ago. And I only started making really, really good money kind of like in the last 5 years. So it does take some time. And it's the same with any business. You're not instantly going to make a lot of money quickly. So the first income stream that I like, these are not really particularly in order, but the first one that really started to make me good money online was e-commerce, and specifically drop shipping. So a long, long time ago, before Shopify and Facebook ads and stuff like that, I used to import products from China and sell them online. Then what I would do is I would find suppliers, and instead of importing them, I would actually get them to ship the products for me. It's called drop shipping. I first started selling sneakers and clothing and stuff like that, and I'll make like $100 a week or $50 a week on top of my current income at a job. Now, when Shopify came along and Facebook, it changed the game, because then I could start my own e-commerce store. I could organize everything better, and then you use Facebook advertising to send people to that store to sell the product, and then you use AliExpress or some other supplier to send the product for you. When Shopify and Facebook kind of came out and dropshipping got big, it streamlined the whole process. So it was much easier to scale, because you had a lot of money to put on advertising, because you weren't actually buying products in bulk. And one of the biggest problems that happened with me when I first started getting into e-commerce is I'll buy products in bulk and I'll never be able to sell them all. So you got to just discount, you got to sell them at a loss sometimes. But with dropshipping, you have no upfront inventory cost. But e-commerce and dropshipping is one that first really started to take off for me, and I started to make good money. Now, the second income stream that I kind of started to play around with was what we call affiliate marketing. Now I'm going to call this blogging / affiliate marketing, because essentially what I started to do was I started to get into blogging, and I actually started to blog about my e-commerce and dropshipping journey. And then when I blogged, I would put like affiliate links to what we call Shopify, what I was using. So I was like, hey, this is how I do my dropshipping business. If you want to start, you can start your own dropshipping business. Here's a link to Shopify, and I get a commission every time someone purchases a Shopify plan. Right now, I think I make around about $10,000 per month from the Shopify affiliate marketing program, and I get a majority of those commissions from a blog called Ecommerce. I get some from a website called Online Dimes, I get some from YouTube, and I get some from other places as well. But that is a second income stream that I built up over time, and by this time I was making money from e-commerce, and I was making money from affiliate marketing by blogging about my e-commerce journey. Now, Shopify is not the only thing I make money from. So essentially, affiliate marketing is when you promote a product and you get a commission. I was promoting other things as well, like software. Aberlo is one of them, email marketing software and things like that. I was getting money from different affiliate marketing products. Now, at this point, I essentially started to make pretty good money, as you could imagine, from all of this hard work that I put in, and I needed to start investing my money. Now, I did make the big mistake of buying a nice car. I had a Maserati at one point and stuff, but the problem is when you start to buy nice cars, it was depreciating around about $8,000 per year in price and value. I would spend about $2,000 a year on insurance, and then I would also spend around about probably $2,000 a year on maintenance, and 1 year I had to pay $15,000 in maintenance, new brakes and all sorts of stuff. That was one of the biggest mistakes I made, was thinking that now I've got money, I can go buy flash stuff. That was the biggest mistake I made. So what I started to do was educate myself on what I should do with my money. And essentially, I got rid of everything that was costing me money as much as I possibly could. Obviously, you need a house and things like that to live in, but I got rid of everything that cost me money, that I did not need. And I started to invest. The first investment I started doing was property. And what I would do is I would go and purchase property to rent out. Now, with property investing, you need a strategy, and there's a few strategies. Number one is you can purchase a house that needs a renovation, you renovate it, you sell it for a profit. You can simply buy a house and just sell it for a profit if you're in a hot market, resell it. You can buy land and you can develop that land, build a house and sell it for a profit. Or you can buy a property and just rent it out, and you get a percentage every year in rent. It could be 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%, 3%, depending on the area. So that was a strategy that I chose as I went and started to purchase commercial property. Now, I didn't use my own cash. What I did was I leveraged money from the bank. The bank saw that I was making good income from my two income streams, e-commerce and affiliate marketing, and they just started throwing money at me. Hey, we'll give you a loan. Now, I don't have any personal debt, but I have a lot of business debt, because to me, if let's say I get out a $500,000 loan, mortgage, I go and purchase some commercial property. I like commercial property. A business signs a 5-year lease. They're going to be paying off that mortgage for me for 5 years, and they're essentially paying off money that I never had in the first place. And you can also use equity from properties. This isn't really a video on investing, but let me just give you a quick example. Let's say I purchased a $500,000 commercial property or residential property. I paid off $200,000 over a few years. That $200,000 is now equity. So I can use that as a deposit for more money from the bank. But that's one of the income streams that I have and I've built up over time, because I learned to invest my money from my businesses. It's one thing you really need to do, is learn to invest your money from your businesses. Now, another investment that I have is investing in the stock market. Now, I'm a very conservative stock market investor. I don't do day trading or anything like that. What I do is I invest money in blue chip companies. These are companies that have very solid companies. They make profit. They are long-lasting companies. Now, a lot of these blue chip companies don't exactly go up in price, but they pay a dividend every single year. And what that means is you get a share of the profits from those companies, right? Or you can do index funds, or what we call mutual funds. I do invest in those as well. For example, I have quite a lot of money in the NZ Top 50. And what that is that it's the top 50 companies in New Zealand all in one fund. And that returns around about 10% per year on average, sometimes a lot lower, sometimes a lot more. But on average, it returns about 10%, including the dividends, which is 3.6%, but you got to take out a fee of 0.50 cents. So around about 3% in dividends. So I get paid 3% per year on whatever money I have in that specific fund. Now, to date, I get around about $600 per week in dividends. Now, I don't get paid that every single week. I get paid monthly, quarterly, depending on the company that I'm invested in. But it works out to be around about $600 per week in passive income. It used to be quite a bit more, but a lot of the companies that I am invested in are not paying dividends right now because of what's going on around the world. But I highly recommend that you learn how to invest in property and the stock market. And when you invest in the stock market, do not day trade. Do not worry when the price goes down. It doesn't matter. You only lose money when you sell. But if you invest in something that pays you a dividend, you can actually live off the dividends if you have enough money in the company that you want to get a dividend from. And here's an example. Actually, I just remembered I actually got paid a dividend today, where I got an actual notification that I'm getting paid a dividend soon. I'll put it up on the screen. I think it was around about $1,000, which is coming to me soon. So this is kind of an example of how dividends work. I get paid a percentage for having money in a company. Now, the next two income sources, right? These income sources I started these before I started investing in property and dividends, but I wanted to tell you the property and dividend stuff first, so you kind of got an idea of what I did with my money, with my other income sources, okay? Because what happens is people earn all this money and they're like, okay, I'm going to go buy Lamborghinis and Richard Mille watches, whatever they are. The people that buy those are ridiculous, because they could literally buy a house with that price and rent it out and make income. But essentially what you want to be doing is taking your, the way you grow multiple income streams is simple. The mathematics is simple. You start one income stream, you take the profits from that income stream, you pay your taxes, you do whatever you got to do, and then you take that profit and you invest it in starting other income streams. That's exactly how the mathematics works. It's very, very simple math. Take profit from one income stream, start working on other income streams, like investments and things like that. Investments are the easiest ones because they're very hands-off. You invest and you just let your money grow for you. So the next two, the first one is YouTube. YouTube pays me some pretty good money, and what we're going to talk about is just specifically ad revenue. This channel does pretty good in ad revenue because it's actually a YouTube channel in a specific niche, a niche that pays out good money because people are willing to pay more to have ads on this channel. So I think this month we did around about 13,000 or something, or maybe 12,000. And I do over 10,000 every single month from YouTube ad revenue. Now, to me, this is kind of like bonus money. So I essentially take all of this money and I invest it into my other income streams like property and stocks. Now, number 6 is something that I've been working on for quite some time now. This is something that you really don't want to do unless you're an expert in this specific industry, or you have some expertise. So let me explain. It's essentially selling information. So information products like courses and doing webinars and doing advertising and stuff. Now, I sell my course mainly through advertising and social media marketing. However, it took me a long time to do that course. You've got to update courses. You have to be an expert in that kind of like marketplace. What a lot of people do is they'll try and go and maybe do something that they have no expertise in. Now, for example, affiliate marketing and e-commerce and stuff is quite easy to get started and learn pretty quickly. But selling a course is not so easy because you actually have to do quite a lot of advertising, build up a relationship with people, and you have to have quite a good product. However, there is a very big reward in doing that because there is quite a lot of money in selling information products. Now, at this point of time, I don't really focus on selling these as much as I should. I could make a lot more money, but I mainly focus on the more passive income streams at this point of time, like property and stock market investing and blogging, because blogging is a lot more passive to me than running advertising and all that sort of stuff with my course. Now, the biggest takeaway from this video is, number 1 is to educate yourself thoroughly. I knew nothing about finances, like literally the worst when it came to this when I was in my 20s, okay? I knew nothing in my early 20s. I was spending money like it was going out of fashion, and I knew nothing about finances. Once you start to educate yourself and you start to learn about income streams and investing that money back into more income streams, then of course you start to make more money. And then the more money you make, the more money you want to make. And so the more you research and educate yourself. If you want to learn how to do affiliate marketing, which is really probably my favorite income stream at this point of time, I'll leave some videos up on the screen that will take you through step by step. These are completely free on how to start your own affiliate marketing business from scratch Go watch them. They're very, very good, very in-depth, and go and educate yourself on how to start your own online business. Don't forget to subscribe, tap that notification bell, smash that like button, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next video on the right.